Hey there everybody, Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Classic Album War. Today we've got a hotly contested battle. It's going on currently over on the Facebook page poll. We've got hundreds of people already chiming in with their votes and comments, and it's being hotly contested right now. A lot of back and forth between all of our readers of the Facebook page, so we got to bring it to life here on the YouTube channel so I can talk about each album a little bit. So we're looking at two mighty albums from two mighty bands. One's from 75, one's a year later in 76. We're talking about Queen's A Night at the Opera going against Rainbow Rising, Ritchie Blackmore, Ronnie James Dio and company. Two great albums, two favorites of mine. So before I get into which one I like more than the other, let's talk about each one. So let's start with the earlier one. So here is where you have, Queen already were on their kind of upwards ascent, all right, up the rock and roll ladder in the early mid-70s, but this was kind of the album that really broke them big, thanks in part to a huge song, of course we all know is Bohemian Rhapsody, one of the most unique and mind-blowing album songs, right, to ever be released at the time, and really, has become a true iconic track for the band and for lovers of rock music, okay? But there's a lot of other great stuff on here, right? So you've got Death on Two Legs, a really good heavy rock track to start off the album. There's a lot of, what I always really liked about this album is there's a lot of variety on it. So you had the albums that preceded it, okay, Queen 1, Queen 2, all right, Sheer Heart Attack, hard rock albums, heavy rock albums, a lot of really heavy stuff on there. This album started to see the band take on some of those kind of theatrical elements that they did so well throughout the rest of the decade and throughout most of their career. Still had a lot of heavy rock tunes on here. Death on Two Legs is one of them, right? What else we got here? Lazing on a Sunday Afternoon. More of that kind of like, kind of burlesque, kind of cheeky little pop ditty that the band were very good at doing. What else we got here? I'm in Love with My Car, a great Roger Taylor song with a kind of ridiculous lyric, but it's fun, it works, right? You've heard all the stories about how the band, at least if you watch the movie, right, the band originally didn't really like this song much, but they kind of agreed to let Roger have his day in the sun. They did it, and it's a great tune. It's a good hard rocking tune. I always love it, and I always like Roger's vocals as well. Always nice to hear him sing a tune or two on every album. What else we got here? You're My Best Friend, a John Deacon song, a great pop tune, a great song. How can you not love You're My Best Friend? You got the keyboard organ thing going there, and just a great little guitar solo from Brian May, great vocal from Freddie. And then you got the wonderful acoustic 39, sung by Brian May, irresistible tune, love it. And then another hard rock thumper, Sweet Lady, that's a bruising tune, love that song. Seaside Rendezvous, another quick little kind of, Freddie thing, all right, it's got a lot of charm to it. And then my personal favorite song, and one of my favorite Queen songs of all time, the Prophets song. How, like, heavy metal crushing is that tune? Epic. Big, fat Brian May guitar riffing, screaming solos, a potent vocal from Freddie. It's just, I just love the Prophets song. It's like one of the unsung gems from this album that has a lot of them, all right? Love of My Life. Gorgeous ballad. I absolutely love Love of My Life. That's like one of Freddie's best vocal performances too. Good Company, another solid tune. All right, again, the pop sense of the band really coming through on this album. Then of course you got Bohemian Rhapsody. We've talked about that numerous times. You don't really need to talk much about it. Groundbreaking for what it is. And then God Save the Queen to kind of end it all out. So a really strong album, full of a lot of different styles and musical elements, and a couple different guys singing, a couple tunes, right? So it's a damn classic for a reason. You may like some of the earlier albums better, okay, or maybe some of the later ones. Day at the Races, all right, Jazz, News of the World, right? The Game. A lot of great albums. I mean, look at all those classic albums in a row. But this is, easily one of the gems of the Queen catalog. So let's go ahead to a year, all right? So Ritchie Blackmore obviously left Deep Purple a couple years earlier. He formed a band with a bunch of the guys from Elf. One of them including Ronnie James Dio. Okay, they released the first album, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, really solid. Mostly Blackmore with Elf. Ritchie saxed most of the band, all the band exactly, except for Ronnie James Dio. Forms a new lineup with Cozy Powell on drums, fresh out of the Jeff Beck group. Okay, you've got Tony Carey, kind of an unknown keyboard wizard. All right, and then Jimmy Bain on bass. Jimmy would go on to do lots of great things over his career. He played with Ronnie in the Dio band for quite a long time, as well as Wild Horses. So for the classic Rainbow Rising, the classic Rainbow album, one of the most important albums in heavy metal and hard rock history, right? So what do you got on here? It starts off with Tarot Woman. Great tune, heavy riffs, blazing synth passages from Tony Carey. Run with the Wolf. Great heavy rocker. Ronnie at his finest on this album. Starstruck. Okay? The song with a lot of groove. It's a great up-tempo rocker. Catchy as all hell. Do You Close Your Eyes? A kind of blazing, almost little speed metal tune to finish off side one. The shortest cut on the album. Probably my least favorite out of all of them. But still a good tune. And then, of course, you got side two of the LP, which has two epics on it. You've got the Incredible Stargazer. One of my favorite songs of all time and one of probably the most important hard rock or metal tunes ever. Epic beyond belief with Ronnie James Dio's best vocal performance, in my opinion, on any song that he ever recorded on. Okay, it's just amazing. It's got a great Blackmore solo. It's got just great keyboard work from Tony Carey, thunderous drums from Cozy. Great song. And then Light in the Black is almost like part two of that. Even faster and more furious. Great synth solo from Tony Carey. Lots of great guitar work. Ronnie also doing a fine job. Cozy, Cozy kicks ass on both of those last two tunes. Right? How about the thunderous drums to kick off Stargazer? Doesn't get much better than this, folks. So, what's my verdict here? Well, I think you could probably figure it out. I'm an enormous Queen fan. Enormous Queen fan. And I think if you were to stack up the Queen discography next to Rainbow's, there's really no comparison. However, this is literally one of my favorite albums of all time. And as great as this is, and it is, I gotta give this one to Rainbow. It's just top to bottom, fucking smashing, right? And it's just so influential. Such an important album to the hard rock and metal scene. All right, this is Rainbow's best album, and Long Live Rock and Roll that comes after it. And also Straight Between the Eyes, Difficult to Cure, the first album, strong, down to earth, really strong. All those are really great albums. But this by far is the gem of the Rainbow catalog. And like I said, even though Queen's catalog pretty much decimates Rainbow when you kind of stack them both next to each other, overall, head to head, I gotta go. Unanimous decision for Rainbow here. 116, 113, 116, 112, 116, 114. The winner, Ritchie Blackmore, Ronnie James Dio, Cozy Powell and Company, Rainbow Rising, edges out Queen's Night at the Opera. But you guys, some of you may feel differently. There's a lot of different opinions on the Facebook page and poll. All right, there's a lot of people who kind of feel the same way here. There's a lot who are going with Queen, right? And I get it, Queen, like I said, you stack both careers next to each other, you got to give it to Queen. But we're not talking about the whole catalog. We're talking about two albums. So here's my winner. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're on the mighty YouTube as often as possible. Hopefully going to get to one of these tomorrow. I've had a recent death in the family, so tomorrow I'm going to be attending a funeral, so I may not get to one of these till either late tomorrow or maybe Saturday morning, okay? So just be a little patient, guys. And, but we'll be coming right back with you. Lots of good stuff this weekend. Hope to get to a questions and answers this weekend. Trying to think what else do I have on tap at. There's so much stuff. I probably need to do another update episode to give you all the things on my to-do list. I think it'd be kind of fun. Oh, and we've got that Forgotten Favorites episode coming up. I was kind of hoping to get to that today or tomorrow. That's not looking likely, probably over the weekend at some point. So be on the lookout for that too. So we'll see you real soon, guys. www.seatranquility.org. Like us on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. And, of course, come back here on YouTube as often as possible. We'll see you. Bye-bye.